modern suits. And Keith, can you believe that the modern suit, as we know it, has been around for over 400 years?
I can believe that.
Yeah, I mean, it's gone through a lot of different phases. The longer coats, right?
Different
Frock coats,
interpretations of it.
different interpretations.
Yeah.
But isn't it amazing how the affectations on those suits still are pretty consistent with functionality, right? So a throat latch, right? Our midriff button, our venting, right? The two double vents maybe comes from equestrian use, right?
Yes,
Horseback
easy
riding.
access,
Easy
sitting.
That's right. Yeah. But what I'm interested in is where's it going? What are we doing in suits? You know?
You know, it's still functionality. I think more so now for a lot of people because in a lot of instances, people, I shouldn't say they don't have to wear suits, but I think for us, we see a larger proportion of people that do wear them.
It's interesting though. You think back into the early part of the 19th century, and then as we head in, the 20th century, and as we keep moving forward in time, how military influenced the coat, as we know it today. In the 1860s, when they were able to felt wool, they would use the Union Army created this technique to mold and shape wool.
Well, I'm glad that now that suit is more of a self-expression than it is military.
It is self-expression.
So to finish where you say where we're going is that we're finding that ladies and men are using the suit, particularly how we are able to make them and use fabric, form, color.
Right.
So it is still a bigger form of self-expression. Glasses, like eyewear.
What I'm fascinated by is you look at women's clothing, style, forms. They have such a different variety of shapes and aesthetic. It's not confined to one type of silhouette. Men have been confined to one silhouette: shoulder, jacket, vest, pant.
Well, that's because they haven't been at Heimie's Haberdashers, so we can professionally.
They've been hanging out at the wrong place.
Yes, professionally inform them that we can change. Silhouette's the same, but we can change it based on maybe their dimensions, right?
Yeah.
So based on someone's dimensions, you can say here the styling is. We recommend a 1-button, 2-button, blah blah blah. Or soft shoulders. Yeah. So that's where you're seeing some things that change. But your classic being just because it's been around
Basically
for X amount of years, it's still the same.
The British court, during the Victorian era and Edwardian era, really, they were really dictating mode of dress because they were told that's what you wear to court.
Exactly.
And then we're still doing it in our government system, our political system, our Wall Street, right? Our establishments.
And that's
it's a highly established.
Well, and that's also based
idea
on just say demographics, right?
Yeah.
So there's certain areas you go in, whether it's south, north, south, east, west, where that's the styling piece, color, right? So there's some areas where someone might say, well, you're not taken serious if you're wearing a pink suit to court or what have you. So that's a human piece. That's the human side of it. So then that changes.
I don't think we've come.
No, we haven't come too far.
We haven't come too far. But the reason I bring this up is because as I started to break apart my outfits that were all of the same cloth.
Right.
I found out that I could play with color and texture and pattern.
Yeah,
and it opened up a whole.
Right, and you probably have more fun with it.
Oh yeah, I do.
You feel different.
Right.
Not necessarily like today. You were getting a lot of compliments because they're like, "Hey, Anthony, I love what you're wearing." And then all of a sudden you wanted to be put on the $50 bill because you changed. You went to all this, and so your whole demeanor changed. So style matters.
Style does matter. I actually think I told you this before. Going back to a polished shoe and I think I'm going back to a navy three-piece suit for a while, with tie.
Then people will go like, "Whoa,
Who is that? Who's that
He's
guy?
that guy. He's super serious."
Well, thanks for exploring a sort of a little bit of the history.
It's pretty
of,
broad.
It's
pretty
that's
broad.
pretty broad based. But come in and see us, and we can square you away.
Yeah, we can
And
definitely
Keith,
square you.
we have gift cards up there. All right, come on down to Heimie's. We'll make you a suit and we'll show you around. We'll see you next week.
Hello, this is Amye the Hypnotist here at beautiful Heimie's Haberdashery, and this is Coffee Talk. Today we have a question that was brought to us by our audience. Someone was wondering, how can I get through the holiday season without being so exhausted? Well, all of the basic adulting applies. Sorry. Trying to eat as healthy as you can, getting out there, getting a little exercise, setting boundaries, setting realistic expectations. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just have fun, be in the moment. I know these things are really hard. There are a lot of expectations put on us for the holiday season. Another thing to do is to get enough sleep. And this is hard in the first place, but when you add alcohol into it, and people don't realize this, it really reduces the quality of your sleep. 1 or 2 drinks and you lose about 9-10% of the quality of your sleep. 2 or 3, you're up to 24%. If you're a heavy drinker, if you're having 4 or more drinks, you're going to lose almost 40% of the quality of your sleep. Now, it's the holidays. People should go out, enjoy, have fun, be responsible, but try to take care of yourself as much as you can too. We love you, we care about you, we want you to have the best new year, so take care of yourself and try to get some sleep. And that, my friend, is Coffee Talk.
Happy Friday. I'm here with Todd Walker, Todd About Town, and we're talking all things holiday. Holly Dazzle is the parade still? Is the Holly Dazzle parade still? Or does anybody know? Anybody except for Todd? Todd, do you know if the? When did they kick that?
Do you
when
live
did
in Minnesota?
I do.
Do you live in Minnesota?
I'm a little
The
isolated.
Holidazzle parade was canceled, I think, look it up. I think it was like
why?
at least 15 years ago.
Come on, it was not 15
It was at
years
least
ago.
15 years ago, and
No.
every year they've been trying to revive it.
Well, I'm here to tell you,
For
folks, you're in luck.
No, the parade isn't coming back.
Oh.
But you've really missed the parade, haven't you? You must have been gone every single year. How in the world could you not know that the Holidazzle parade?
Tell me about what form the Holly Dazzle is in.
So they've taken many different forms. They used to once they canceled it because it was very expensive putting on that parade every single night with all the lights on all the floats, and it was
But
just
it
a
was
lot to
beautiful.
coordinate.
Yeah.
And then so they brought it back in different iterations, and this year they say it's the closest that you can come to what it once was. It started on Wednesday of this week, and it will be on Nicollet Mall actually.
So it's products.
No,
Food.
it's like there's vendors. There's it's all lit up, and they have different activities going all the way up and down Nicollet.
But no parade.
But no parade.
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
which you have been in mourning since it's been gone.
Since it's been gone. I actually did go to that. Free to attend.
Were you like 5 years old? It's been gone so long.
The British Arrows Award.
If you've never been to this,
I would like to go to this. Yeah.
When I worked in advertising, I would take all of the my reports are like the account people and the creatives, and we'd all go to it because it's like so amazing. And then wherever I'd work, I would arrange for it to be kind of a holiday activity because it goes on every year. So I went last year. I had skipped a couple of years during the pandemic, and I'm going this year. So I'm going to be going Saturday night, and it is fantastic. And
Where is that?
at the Walker.
Walker, okay.
And it's like 75 minutes long, but it always sells out. But it's like and it's not expensive. It's $15 to get in, and it is so clever. And to watch the difference in advertising, the way they do it in Great Britain compared to how they do it here, and they have every different category. They have they have everything from comedy to like emotional, emotionally driven ads in order to ignite emotion. It's really something to see. If you it goes through January 4th. So after the holidays, the Christmas season, it's sometimes there's more tickets, but it's a strongly recommend. It's a guaranteed great night.
Yeah, yep. And then so, Lois Holton's Nutcracker Fantasy.
Who's been going
And
on
that's-
for like, oh my God. I don't remember it never not being there because her mother was the choreographer. Lois Holton was the original choreographer of the Nutcracker Fantasy, which has been at the State Theater since I was a child. I remember taking you know how many years, my niece is, I think she's 40 at least, and I remember taking her when she was like 5. So it's been there for ever.
No
And
better
it's-
than the State Theater. I
Yeah,
love that
but it's
place.
great, and it's a beautiful, beautiful show, all local production, and it is. I've seen so many different iterations of the Nutcracker Fantasy. This is exactly as it was written. There's no surprises.
Yep.
There's nothing that's like, what's going on here?
yeah.
It's fantastic. It's really worth seeing.
And that's Tchaikovsky, right?
Yes,
Tchaikovsky,
yeah.
yeah. Cirque Dreams.
Yeah, so this is
I mean,
the Cirque. This is
that what? I mean, what is it?
Cirque Dreams
Yeah.
Holidays.
Yeah.
So this is a touring show that I saw probably like 5 years ago out at Mystic Lake.
Yeah.
It's think of Cirque du Soleil and then put a Christmas theme to it.
Oh, okay.
So it's in the Cirque family, which is of course from
Sure.
Montreal, and then they do a big holiday extravaganza and they tour the world, and they have one troupe that's here right now, the State Theater. Just being sharing my commentary. Out of all the ones on here, that's probably my least favorite activity.
Okay.
I've done all these in
Okay.
the past, so I would probably skip that one.
Well,
but
It's
if you have kids and they love Cirque du Soleil and they love the circus, go to it.
So this next one, the Dayton's Holiday Market, is that in the restored?
Yeah, did you
Dayton's
know
building?
Dayton's closed and Dayton's isn't there? Did you know that? Did you know that Dayton's
Yeah,
Dayton's turned
I-
into Macy's? Did you know that?
And
did you know that it's no longer downtown Minneapolis? Or you think you can still go to the 8th floor
Todd,
and go to the?
I lead
good-
such a sheltered life.
Yeah, and you can go to the 8th floor, and I so miss that. For so many years, I would film the 8th floor and all of the different different themes that they'd have.
We
of
need to bring that.
walking through that.
We should bring that back.
It was just I think that's so sorely missed.
How about a Heimie's department
and
store?
That would be beautiful. And the Dayton's they've they've renovated the entire space, and it is beautiful. And then Mitch Berthume, who actually lives not too far from the store here, she is like the queen of markets. The major markets for sure in the Twin Cities and beyond. She is the curator of them, so she spends the entire year finding different vendors, unique vendors to go in, into these different markets. And
Okay.
this is a great one. I haven't been.
4th annual.
I'm going to go before I go to the British Ad Awards,
All right.
which I think you should get tickets.
I
And I invited you last week to go with me.
you didn't go see that, did you? Little Mermaids? Did you see it?
Yes. Don't ask me if I stayed.
Todd. Anyway, folks,
Anyway,
we got more coming at you.
some things I have to do when you work in the entertainment.
We got more coming at you next week.